I hope you can hear me, you can see me. In less than 20 minutes, I'm going to start. I'm going to play Title Tuesday on 26th. I apologize. On 7th of April 2026. And at the moment, we see only 29 players, participants, very surprisingly, but of course, numbers will increase. Uh, um, Close to the start of the tournament. Yes, we see Rud Makaryan, Bardia, Taneshvar, Matvey Galchenko, myself, Nodar, Lord Kipanidze, many other high-rated, well-known grandmasters, players. Tsidipov, Jamsaran Tsidipov is here as well. Alexander Rahmanov, uh, Eric Rosen. Hello to my Twitch and my YouTube viewers. It's my pleasure if you are watching me. Please let me know if you face any issues, maybe my voice or video is not enough good. Please let me know if any technical issues, problems are there. Hopefully, we don't have much problems and we can already only focus on our event, on today's event. And of course, we need to discuss um, candidates. And what are we having today? Andrei Yasipenko with the white pieces will be playing against Javohir Sindaro, and we already see that Andrei is having 42 minutes, 43, and Javohir is having 1 hour 17 minutes, and he's down a pawn, but he just went h5 with ideas to go h4, and yes, engines are saying that white is not worse, but at the same time, white does not have anything uh, as well. Always h4 ideas are there, maybe 94, knight d2, 94, knight g5. Yes. Let's go here. Yes, this is interesting that in this position, I was thinking about bishop takes c4, knight takes c4, knight c6. Prague captured on a5, not the strongest move. Knight c2, forcing opponent to go queen b6. Bishop takes d5, he takes d. And here Anish played rook e1. D takes c was also possible with the idea. Not here. It's better to start d takes c because now if queen takes e5, then bishop a6 comes. Bishop takes e5, bishop takes d5. Bishop f1, bishop a8 ideas are there, and e takes d b4. b4. Yes, if bishop f1, I always can take on c5. If you take bishop b4, I'm not 100% sure, but most likely knight b4 ideas are good. So this is what engines were showing. So bishop takes d5 and rook e1. C takes d I can always take with the knight, and bishop b7 by Prague, defending this pawn on d5 and not really allowing knight e3 attacking the pawn on d5. But I like white's position. Of course, it's not winning. It's not anything massive for Anish. But, we can go maybe even bishop g5. You can also consider knight e3, knight f5. It is something. It is something. Honestly speaking, I don't see much problems for Matthias Bluebone, who is having black pieces. A6 is nothing, at least b6, but I have also b5. The only justification of rook a4 is to go bishop b3 and rook h4 or some bishop c1, bishop a3, but this is very deep. Might work, might work. Yes, here of course they played rook a4 with the ideas to get the rook on h4, maybe rook e4, queen d5, and now queen d6. Mm. You can go bishop b3, you can go bishop c1, but if you get your bishop on a3, I always can go queen f6, and now I'm ready to get my queen on f6. Of course, white cannot be worse, but at the same time, I don't see why black should be having any problems. And again, we see they he played already this knight c3 bishop c4 against Jawahir Sendarov. No, he played actually. Yes, I think it was this knight c6, d3, knight a5, and then some. mm, and here instead of knight a5, bishop b4, not d5. Now knight takes d5, short castle, bishop g4. Another move is to go knight e2, but d5. He takes d knight d5, bishop d5, queen d5. Hikaru is not going to lose this game. He's very slightly better. He does have 1 hour 12 minutes against 43 minutes. But whenever you go queen g3, I can always play f6. Rook d8 does not work. Rook b8 does not work. I can go f6. I can maybe try some rook b6. I don't know. I can push a4 as well. I don't think you really threaten any queen d7 or any bishop d6 or anything at all. So standings are 6 out of 7, and then 4.5, and then 3.5. Two players they are playing each other. Matthias Bluebaum, VE, Hikaru Nakamura, and Andrei Yesipenko. Somehow, if Hikaru um, wants to catch Sindarov at some point, then he should start winning at least one game. And only 7 rounds left. If he doesn't win, then it means out of uh, 6 games, he will play 3 black pieces, and yes, the task will be super difficult. And also, he has a black game against Sindarov, and of course, if Jawahir, the tournament situation will be okay for him to make a draw, to play solid, it can be super difficult for Hikaru to do anything. So already, if I think I would say even Anish, even Prague, if they want to catch at some point Sindarov, if they are not, let's say, just trying to play the tournament, to finish the tournament, maybe to not lose some rating points or much rating points, then they should start winning some games. Anish Anish and Fabiano, they will have white pieces against Sindarov. They can try, they can push. Pragnananda will have black pieces, Matthias white pieces. Hmm, okay. What are we having here? Yes, white is of course very slightly better. I wouldn't say much. But I see, definitely I see some problems for Divya. Yes, I don't like at the moment pushing F4. I would think about H3, B5 ideas aren't there. A takes B, A takes B, knight takes B5. You don't have any D5, F5. Yes, H3 I like very much. And then at some point you can go knight D5. You can also consider knight D5 here because it forces bishop D5. You will take E takes D. Queen most likely goes to F6. But anyway, you need your pawn on H3. No, white is better. This one is super complicated. Let's first see the standings. So only one player is having 4.5 and then 4 and then half of the tournament. Yes, I think everyone has um, some chances or good chances. Let's say Katerina Lagno as well, Divya also, Alexandra Goryachkina, Zhu, of course, little bit better chances for Ramesh Babu, Vaishali, yes, for Vaishali, and Anna Muzichuk, but it doesn't mean anything because 7 rounds and it will be decided. So no one has any advantage if they start making draws, playing super solid. I think this won't be enough. This won't be enough. Um, Now Sarah, baby Sarah as well. She has very good chances, but she needs to win some games. I think she lost 2 games in a row, and tournament also doesn't go well for Tanjongi. Okay, let's see. Oh, we see Wesley, we see Andreikin, Jeffrey, Mishanik, and 130. Yes, Aravind as well. Let's see the positions. So this one does look quite complicated. So I have 95. I have some other squares like 93. I don't consider knight h2 very seriously. Queen e6 does not work. 95 and 93 both are okay, but I don't see why black should have any problems. 93 you can 93 and 93 maybe forces me some rook f4. Yes, you can go queen e5. You can also take 95. Rook e4, 97 is coming. And what are we having in this? Well, again, super complicated. Seems like white is a pawn up, but now black is threatening f takes g, and your queen on a7 and your bishop on a3 are not well enough actively placed. If you'd have your bishop on c1, but from the other point of view, how are you going to attack my queen? Like rook e7 is nothing. I have always queen a5, queen a6. Maybe just king g2, and this one another complicated position. But this cannot be uh, bad for Zhu Jiner. Though Tan Zhongyi, she is having much more time than Zhu Jiner. Yes, very big congrats to Very big congrats to very big congrats to Vincent Keimer and Maxim Vachier-Lagrave. They won a Grenke Freestyle Open, and also third place. Yes, Magnus finished third, and some other well-known grandmasters, strong grandmasters. They also scored seven, like Aryan Chopra, Alexis Sarana, Duda, and Nodirbek Abdusatorov. About the Open tournament, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because Dominic Horvat he scored eight. I remember back in 2019 when I played in Grenke, I scored 7.5, which was enough to share from first up to seventh. Daniel Friedman won the tournament, and here in 2026 we see because of numbers, 8 points. Few players they scored eight. Yes, few players they scored eight. I think we have enough time to check it. We go to leeches maybe even. We go to tournaments, and then yes, this tournament is important. This one is as well, and we are having this match. Ranke. Then we go here. We go standings. We go open and final. Yes, Suyarov forward and Chinese Grandmaster. They scored eight, and yes, very big win. Very important tournament, but Ordun is playing, Param is playing. One 151 players. Two. Okay. FIDE Master from Kazakhstan. Let's go. Okay. T-Taxi, I can always take bishop c3, then knight e4. I can also go knight e4. Okay, queen f6 or d6. I think I need to go d6. Queen f6 I also need. Yes, this is very smart. No doubts. No doubts. This is very smart. Maybe bishop d7 we can try for the moment. Bishop d7, let's go. 3. Here's knight c5. E4. This is interesting. Let's go some 95. B1, B6. I'm not sure about F4 because if he moves Queen D2, another great move or interesting move. Let's try some Queen F6, why not? Bishop G5, Queen G6. My opponent is thinking. Yes, we can also go H6 if opponent allows. Knight B5, I'm not sure how to react. If I go Bishop B5, C takes B, then yes, let's go H6, stopping all Bishop G5 ideas. And generally, a useful move. F4 isn't coming because always your pawn on E4 is very weak. If Knight B5, I can also go Rook C8. Well, let's go A6 to also stop some Knight B5 ideas. I don't see how can I really improve my position. If I go Rook D8, then what does my Rook do on D8? Knight C2, yes, Knight C2, but he wants to play Knight D5, wants to get the knight on D5, but we have Bishop A4, we can also go this maybe. Bishop D4, Bishop D4, I like this idea. Let's say we go Queen E7. Okay, this is very smart and very interesting. Let's say we go F6. In F7. We can also go F4, but F4 I'm not sure, maybe Knight D4. I think white has some advantage, but let's not forget that we are also having some pieces. Bishop D5, C takes D, and maybe F5 we can go. Why not? Yeah, C takes D, and then F5. Bishop E5, we can take Rook E5. He takes F, is not that dangerous. Bishop C5 as well. And yes, he goes this. And let's take Queen F5. Why not? Let's take Queen F5. Queen goes there. Rook E7. Preparing to bring the other rook. F4. Okay, we go knight G4, I guess. And takes. Let's bring the rook here, I guess. Rook E8. But rook E2. Yes, he is enough lucky to have rook G3. Yes, he's enough lucky, but let's go queen G3. And then we need to take, I guess, queen H2 and then rook E2. Let's say this, and then rook takes E2. F5. Okay, we can try knight E4 also. To not let any bishop c5, f6. Will he go f6? Maybe. Yes, we need to take. And what if I go rook f2, knight f2, bishop d8 is coming, huh? Bishop d8, if I take rook a2, bishop d8 anyway comes. No, but this is lost, no? Yeah, this should be lost. This should be lost, no? This should be lost. And let's start regrouping my pieces. Checking g7. Rook e6. Yes, he is blundering. And game over. Yes, game over. FIDE master resigned. d5. I played bishop b4. Yes, d3. Not recommended. And here takes on e4. Black is already better. I didn't capture on e4 with the knight because of bishop d2 idea, so I captured. I played knight e4. Computer doesn't like this much. And now knight d4. Even this position is unpleasant. Well, knight b7, knight a5. Yeah, she played h3 and then knight d5 and then queen f6. What is better? Super annoying position, unpleasant. B5 isn't coming, but maybe she's ready to go to b7 and then b5. At least I would do myself. White will start pushing these hg pawns. And she played knight h2, but I'm pretty sure that knight h2 cannot be the strongest. Yes, Nikolai Vlasov. I think I know him. I played him. Okay. Okay. Wow. It was very impressive. I don't like at all what does my opponent do. I think white is massively better already. B3 is coming, knight g5. A few days ago, I was playing in a tournament, online tournament, and again I played him. No, g6. Okay, g6, but he's blundering bishop g6. No, bishop g6 isn't bishop g6 coming. F take g, queen g6, knight e6. Knight h6. He's trying, of course. He's trying his best. Hmm. How should I continue? Should I take knight e6 and then bishop h5, or should I just bring my bishop back? Okay, let's bring it back. I can also take bishop h5. It's anyway massively better for me. No, I was thinking about to capture, but I forgot something. Hmm. I Sometimes I don't understand myself because I wanted to play something else, but in the end, for no reason, I played the other move. And this is why your opponent gets some compensation and in the end does not even lose the game. No, this is. I hate. Like just 96 bishop d3, I was about to play. Okay, I don't know what am I doing already. With the ideas to go a5. No, he does not care about anything. What is this? He basically does not care about anything. Should be completely lost. But okay, he's trying. Queen is coming to a6, but it doesn't allow that. Preparing some rook b1 maybe. Come on, should be over. At some point should be over, no? The other pawn or to play 95, like is 95, takes. With some annoying check. King g6, queen g4, queen g6. This is just lost. A6. Okay, he resigned. First he played super bad. I don't know why does he go bishop f5 and game goes on. Taking on h5 or taking 96. Hmm. Game ended in a draw. If I move repetition, I think decent result for both players. Doesn't look bad for black. Why? With the rook on h4. No, this is better. This is better for Anish. But again, not much. Some advantage, but again, not much. Nowadays, hard to say who is more professional. Alexander Bortnik, who doesn't play over the board much, but plays all possible online tournaments, or let's say Wesley. Uh, because any online tournament, Bortnik is playing. Whoa, wow, this is funny because uh, I just said Wesley, and now I'm playing him. Let's go. Okay, d6, queen d2. Okay, let's go g6. How do I continue? Do I go bishop h6, f4, knight f6? think e5 is also known. Something like bishop g4, I guess. And here I'm not 100%. What's the move to play? Oh, knight d4 was the move. Oh no. I just mixed up. So anyway, continue. I think at some point knight d4 was important to go. Hmm. Mhm. Okay, knight b5, knight e4. Rook e1, of course. Wesley goes some rook e1. And what should I do to stay in the game? Maybe some a6. Does look super slow. Let's try anyway. H4 maybe, H4 B5, knight G5. 26. I have seen it, and my idea was maybe even to capture it xf. So why I'm not capturing it xf? Let's go it xf. Okay, and I need to take this, I guess, and then maybe knight h5. Huh. I can also go knight g4. So let's take knight h5, f5 he will play, but that position doesn't look knight d5. He will play knight d5, of course. But knight d5, bishop f4, and let's say we go bishop g7 maybe. Knight d5, he goes, he sees bishop f8 does not win anything. Bishop b2, king b2. Maybe we can try some rook d8. Bishop f8 or bishop h6. Okay, let's say. Anyway, position doesn't look great. Let's try here. c4. Will he go c4? And he goes. He goes c4. All my pieces are stuck. Not before. Something like this. I don't know. I bishop c5. Five. Yes, this knight doesn't do anything. Just super annoying. Hmm. Where to go? Yes, of course, rook e8. Knight d4, rook e8, but not bishop g4. No, very easy game for Wesley. Yes, I mixed up. Tough opponent, no questions. Yes, yes, I agree. Wesley crushed, destroyed, another game. You know, I could play some other tricky lines, but not every day you are having chance to play against such a strong player like Wesley. And I wanted to practice my um, known lines, but I mixed up. Yes, bishop g4. You should first go rook e8, or you should first go knight d4. But for sure, no bishop g4 because bishop e2 comes and it makes no sense. Yes, they are much better prepared, of course. Happens. So I lost. So I won two game and I lost to Wesley. Yes, d4. White is trying. Bishop g6. Bishop d3. I guess. Queen f7. That's a quality. Yes, Divya is having a very unpleasant position. This can be maybe even. Oh, knight f3 is needed, I guess. It's knight f3, go check, go king h2, knight d4. Oh, oh. Rook d3, I guess, right? Black is better, but not winning. Not even, not even better. Okay, okay. What? I'm playing Andrew Wu. I apologize. Bishop d3. We'll go maybe a4. I did two. A5. National master. H5. Short castle. He will go H3. Will my opponent go H4? Maybe. Knight F6. I was thinking about Bishop G5 to play. Otherwise, this H4 is annoying. Short castle H4 is coming. I could maybe go. Okay, short castle. But why this pawn isn't hanging? No? Why cannot I take it? Yeah, let's say bishop takes. I could also go knight h4, but let's go bishop h4. C takes d, c takes d, knight e4 ideas aren't there. Rook h4, knight h4, knight h5, but knight h7 you can try, but d5. Okay, d5 is interesting, no doubts. And my opponent is trying to open up the center. e5, knight e4, he wants to play knight e4, d takes c5, knight e4. Yes, that is interesting. Okay, how to play, how to punish my opponent. Bishop f6, knight f6, e5, knight e4, e5, knight e4. Okay, let's go e5. Rook e1, and c2. C takes d, I guess. And now I wanted to go bishop g6, maybe even. Takes g, queen g6, king d8, king f8, then e6 is coming. No, he won't take. Long castle is there. 95 he is going. 95, 95, bishop e5. But I don't see anything. Rook e5, bishop e5. 95, bishop e5, bishop f7, king f7, queen f5. Oh, how do I play? 95, bishop e5. 95, bishop e5. Okay, let's take. Let's take. She takes. I forgot about rook h4. Check. He blundered. He blundered. He wasn't playing well, of course. Uh, yes, this is better for me. H4. Stopping A5. Anyway, I'm better. Bishop G5 to stop H4. And he blundered. Queen E1, Rook E1 is also good. E6. I captured. And no, Bishop F7. Ah, Bishop F7, King F7, Queen F5, of course. Knight F7, Rook E7. No, this is already complicated. With XF, I have some perpetual, I have Rook E6 ideas, and now Queen E5. Rook H4. F4 is important. Not the best, but I could just take because if Rook F4, I guess Bishop E5, Rook D5. King H2 would have been better. Now very bad move, King E6. Bishop E4. No, I think here King E6. My Rook is coming to B6. Then game over. Blundered. And you fool. Oh, Bardia. Daneshvar Bardia drew against Andreikin. Alexander Rakhmanov is playing, and who is winning? I'm not sure. Black won. You see? Rachmanov, he had black pieces. And only one game, and this is completely winning, but yes, and draw. Albarri. Okay. Parham, Alex Bortnik, Mishanik, Wesley. Yeah, 10 players are having 10 out of 4 out of 4. This is very important game for all players. Because if Anna wins, then um, this point and this win can bring her super close for the desired place. And also, if Livia is losing, then it means her task is almost impossible. Because how will she get back? And also for Goryachkina, as I have seen, yes, Goryachkina 3.5, and she's playing against Lagno. And this loss for Alexandra, and she's having lost position, can mean almost end of the tournament. Huh. I guess Vaishali isn't going to lose. In a different way, she can make a draw. She is choosing. So Rook D3 is his computer doesn't. Yes, Rook F7. You just go Rook F7, Rook. Queen is coming to C6. Queen is coming to C6. Of course, Rook A2 ideas are there, but no one really cares. Ah, she's also stopping F takes G, F takes G. So the point of placing the rook on f1, if you capture on g3, white will capture with the f pawn and defend on f3. But with rook on a2, you cannot take with the f pawn. But let's say something like rook d2 does look interesting at least. I can also even consider d6. Oh, d6, you can take f takes g and then bishop d6 maybe. No, rook d2 I like. d6, why not rook d2? Ah, takes knight c8. No, takes knight is coming to d6. This ended in a draw. Sina is having 3 out of 4. So all this, it was prep. So prep. And this is of course better, slightly better for white. Rook b7, h3. Yeah, slightly better. Maybe, we can trick. See, if we wins this. Oh, this is better. Here, nothing. Here, nothing. Mhm. Let's also check. Apologize. Menorca in 10 minutes, in 14 hours, and of course this one. Board 1 to 66. Kovalenko with the white pieces is playing against Rainis. No, I think this is just winning position for it's completely winning. Anton David with the black pieces. No, I don't think he has any problems. He is not better, but also not worse. This one, I think white is having better. Oops. Karina Bartumova. Let's go. Let's go. Mhm. Let's play like Sindarov. Oh ho. So we are disconnected. This is what Sindarov played today against Yesipenko. E3, something like E3. I have seen some other players also. Oh no no no, my connection is so bad. Oh ho. E3. I think it was rook E8 first. Okay, if I go E5, no, but at some point Andrei played knight D2. Okay, let's anyway go E5, but A5 knight C3. B3. Okay, she goes E5, she takes D. How am I going to capture? Knight D5, D takes C. No, D takes C, B takes C, E5. Maybe. I don't like it much, but let's try maybe. Okay, connection isn't very good. D5, yes, she can go D5, and after D5, we are choosing between some E4 and knight A5. I will most likely go knight A5, and then B6 ideas are coming. Okay, C5 isn't really a threat. Bishop G4, I can go. I can also capture e takes D. Let's take e takes D. Anyway, I don't think we are going to play. E takes, and now bishop G4 do I go? Or bishop F5 do I play? Okay, I like more bishop F5. With the idea is queen D7, bishop H3, with the idea is knight B4. Oof. Knight H4, bishop E4 is always there, bishop G4 is always there. Knight C3, she will most likely go knight C3, and maybe, knight C3, we can try knight A3. She is going knight A3. To stop all these ideas, let's go queen D7, why not? Cannot be, cannot be very bad. Knight B5. What if we try bishop H3 or, uh, okay, let's go bishop H3 maybe. B5, knight E5, C5. No, that doesn't look impressive. Bishop h3 takes c5. If she goes, I need to go back. This I underestimated maybe. Okay, I need to be a bit faster. Maybe knight a5. Let's go. Let's attack this. Let's take. This was my idea to capture and to. She could go knight e5, which I was scared of, honestly speaking. Now I don't see much problems for me. Rook is coming to c8, bishop is coming to e4, but of course, time management. Okay, we also attack, I guess. Okay, maybe 94. Maybe 94. Let's go 94. What else? Oh, I don't like my position. I don't like it. Okay, knight h4, I can go knight c5. Queen a7, I can take knight c4. Yes, knight c5, this was my idea. Takes. If not, then I have bishop e4, I guess. Okay, this I don't mind. I will go some, even maybe queen d3. Even maybe queen d3 takes. Knight c5 back, queen d3, bishop c5. Whoa, what am I thinking about? Let's go queen g5. Takes. Right, queen d4. Queen d4. What can I do now? Queen e5 or maybe rook e7. Let's go rook e7 or knight b7 first. Maybe knight b7. Then queen g6. But this I don't like much. Rook e7. Let's go. What else? Rookie 1, Rookie 8. Wow, I won this game. Now they take C. I C4, huh? Oh, interesting. So Paramasudlu. I'm playing Paramasudlu. 5, E4, I guess. No, what's the move here? Knight D3, Bishop D3, or Knight C6? No, Knight C6, let's go. Short castle. Trying to open up the center. And now I can take knight d5. I can also go queen d5. Queen d5 looks. Queen d5, knight d2, he might go. Okay, let's take knight d5. Let's go some rook e8. Knight e2. Should we go some bishop g4? Maybe, maybe some bishop g4. Why not? Queen c2, I might capture on b4, but I'm not sure. Queen b3. He does play queen b3. Let's go maybe some a5 and then knight e5. Maybe even a4. Okay, knight e5. Hmm. Again, I don't see anything. Surprisingly or not, I don't see any enough active moves for me. What's the right way to continue? Maybe even queen d7 and then rook d. Maybe even this. If it takes some rook d8, h3. Oh, bishop f5, okay. We aren't blundering anything yet, but we were super close. Hmm. Okay, rook d8. Why we aren't going this? Bishop e5, knight f5, queen f5, bishop e5. Yes, let's go this. Bishop d4. He is playing bishop d4. Let's maybe move the bishop back and then prepare some knight f4 stuff. Or maybe direct knight f4. But, why we are not going knight f4? It takes a queen d4. No, but it takes a queen d4. Queen b2, knight f2, bishop e5 isn't working. Knight f5, I have knight d3. Some check if need be. Knight d3, bishop d3 takes queen d3 takes knight g7. Yes, you can go for it. Okay, knight f4 takes bishop e5. Okay, knight f4, bishop e4 takes bishop g6, but knight f4 looks so good. But the only reason because knight f5, queen f5, bishop e5 is coming. So knight d3 takes queen d3, knight g7, and that's not serious, but okay. Spend so much time. So why knight f4 isn't working? Knight f4, bishop e5, queen d3. He takes f queen d4, and then queen e3 wants to play. No, knight f4, bishop e5. Okay, let's go. Hmm. Knight g2, knight h3, g takes h, queen h3, knight d2, knight d2, knight f3, g takes f, queen h3, f4, takes f, knight f4, rook e4, king h2. What should I do? Knight g2, knight h3, maybe takes. I'm threatening knight f3. Bishop e5, I can take rook e5. Queen d1. What do I continue? How do I bishop e5, rook e5, queen c3. Let's try this because rook g5, we will go queen takes. Let's say this. We'll go h5. Rook G6, Queen G6, huh? No, but it was Queen D5, Knight D2, A4. No, I saw this, but I was thinking about Knight F5. Ah, oh, come on, I forgot that D4 is hanging. H5. He takes up Queen D4, short castle, white is winning. Knight D2, Knight D2, Knight F3, G takes up Queen H3. Yes, he found this, and Queen C3, and Rook C5. Knight H5, and now Bishop G4. Wow, very impressive, you know. I had my chances. Very beautiful game by Parham, and this is where we see the difference. Where do I see the difference between me and players like Parham? They are faster, they are better, and they are not scared of anything. Like Knight F4, and even my idea of Bishop G6, Knight F4, it was not working at all. Okay, at least I played maybe even better than I played against Wesley, but anyway, it was not enough. It was not enough, unfortunately. This is better. We have some. What's the rating of Armenian players? We have some. David Martirosyan drew against. I'm not familiar at all. And Anton Korobov has won. Gabriel Sarkisian is playing. Santos Latasa won. And Kasper Chopin won. Mats Andersen and Schubel. Okay. David Martirosyan from Czech Republic with the rating of 2281. Open Menorca. This is some rapid tournament. 30 plus 10. Okay, I'm playing Omer Akar from Turkey. Yeah, let's go d4. Let's practice our d4, c4. Will he take? Maybe. Let's go e4. E5. I have been practicing this. Knight f3. Bishop c4. Some tricky moves are there, but let's go short castle. Bishop e6, he will go, of course. Let's go queen d3. Let's take this. Let's go queen a6. Knight e7, bishop d6. I think here you need to play some a3 and b4. Always you need this. You need knight bd2. Uh, you need this move. You need b4 as well. Hmm. Hmm. Mhm. IG4 seems interesting. Yes, he is of course going knight c and knight g4. Maybe we can continue with bishop b2. No need to be scared of anything, any ghosts. But maybe knight h2, knight h2, rook f3, knight f3. But what if knight e5? Knight e5, maybe some ideas like knight takes e5. And now knight e5 isn't working, bishop e5, I can try h3. Knight h2 isn't working. Bishop f4. Bishop f4 is interesting, but what if I also start attacking, so he does not care much. He will go some move like, okay, let's try knight b3. Why not? Does look interesting. With the ideas to jump knight c5, with the ideas to go maybe even capture. Bishop h2 doesn't look impressive at all. Okay, what should I? Knight c5. I want to trade the queens. I want to play this move and then trade the queens. Because some queen. Maybe g3 is also interesting, but let's trade them. Not the strongest, not the strongest, but it's important not to get checkmated. Knight f6. Knight f6 is interesting, but what if we go? Queen d6 isn't really working. He has his threats. What about if we go bishop c1? Mhm. He goes. He says, okay, let's take queen d6. Because knight d6, he will go. And what if knight d7? Still doesn't look very obvious. No, but I think it's better. Because I'm very fast with bishop f4, rook c1. And this knight doesn't do much. Of course, he has this very strong connected pawns. They are coming to e4 or e3. Hmm. E4, I can take knight f8, let's say, or even knight b8. Knight b8 is key, finishing. Knight b8, knight d4, rook b8, bishop takes f4. Bishop c1, I can take rook c1 and other pieces on the attack. No, this is probably over. This is probably over, and my opponent is taking his time. He goes, of course, he tries this. Still, mm, no need to relax much. Let's say we take. Because if you go rook b8, then this is just over, bishop f4, and then you are losing your pawn. If you go knight b8, then bishop f4, and again you are losing your pawn, one of them. Bishop f4, I guess rook f4, you will try. Ah, yes, this, but I have this, no? I completely win. Yes, and my opponent resigned. Very huge respect to him. Because it was principal game, this line, and then this, bishop d6. Hmm, I have started with knight d2, but yes, this is good. Knight f6. Okay, this is good. This is good. Knight g4. And here, what did h3 91? I didn't know this. I didn't know this. I played bishop b2, and now 95. Of course, 95. I think I analyzed this. 95 takes bishop e5 and then rook b6 because he played this, and now knight b3, but this does not work. Queen d6 or rook b6. Bishop c1. Bishop c1. Even the way I played, +1. This is unpleasant, and this is just game over. Okay, okay, interesting. Two players, Alex Bortnik and Mijanik. Alexis Aran are having 7 out of 7, and then Sina, meet Terrible, wonderful time. They are, of course, very strong. Yes, what is playing? What about, let's see if we have any updates. No, no. Oh, this is something which I was scared of. B6, he has played. He has gone for this. Uh, but okay, rook b2 to give up your very important pawn. And yes, this is what I was scared of. This is what I was scared of as a fan of Fabiano's uh, chances. Maybe still, but no, against Hikaru. Against Hikaru, who needs a win as nothing else. Fabi played well. He almost drew. He equalized, but this is not the first game where Hikaru manages to get something from out of nothing. And this is unpleasant. This I wouldn't say that easy for Pragnananda. Computer is saying rook c4 and no need to worry much. Bishop b5, rook e3, bishop a4. But things aren't looking great. Wow, this is super complicated. Yes, we are having another round and then break. And then break. Hmm. Knight d4 isn't. Knight d4 c takes d, huh? Queen f7, on d5. Very crazy. No, this is already maybe. You see? You see, dear viewer, I was just about to say, I just said that position doesn't look easy. Computer are saying nothing. Plus 0.204, but as a human, how are you going to play bishop b5 and then rook e3, bishop a4 back? What's the point of bishop a4 to play bishop c2 maybe? And yes, Prague played queen f7, and this is massive advantage for Anish. And I'm playing Sergei Skusnik. I'm playing Sergei Skusnik, strong grandmaster. I already played him. He likes going for some. Okay, bishop b4. Let's try this. Let's go this. Yes. Point of a3 is of course to go at some point. Bishop b4. Let's go a5. Let's say we don't. Rook c1. He's playing rook c1. Let's go h6. Just waiting moves. Sergei Skusnev. Maybe b6 we can go. Yes, b6 is possible, of course. Okay, this I'm not sure. Maybe bishop f1 is preparing. But let's go. Let's go queen b8, bringing the rook to c8. Maybe also going some b5 stuff. Maybe we can afford ourselves b5. I'm not sure. I don't have any problems, but Sergey as well. A4 is important move for him to play before knight b5. I need to take b takes a. He can take bishop a6. He can go knight a4. He can take rook a4. And he does not play. He doesn't go anything like that. Knight e4. We can also go knight b6. Pawn is hanging, of course. b4. Should we play b4? Maybe yes. Maybe we can afford ourselves this. Yes. If he goes this. Okay, let's take. The knight is jumping to e4 maybe. Is it better to take or to jump knight e4? Hard to say. B takes a, b takes a, knight e4. Just direct. Okay, let's go knight e4. I have some strange threat of maybe g5, but it doesn't look a4. But why not g5 now? Let's say knight h3 g4, knight g2 g4, knight e2 g4, knight d3 g4, knight e5 takes. Uh, doesn't look like completely winning. G5, knight d3, g4, we will go knight e5, knight e5, knight e5, knight d2, but knight d2, knight f3 is coming. Okay, mm, I'm not big fan of this, but let's try. I'm not big fan of this, but let's try. Maybe it's a piece. Maybe it's a piece. Who knows? Maybe it's a free piece for us. Very important line is that knight d3, knight e5 I can take knight d2 and I'm having knight f3 check and I'm trading this knight on e5 so opponent cannot get capture on g4 with the queen. And Sergey is thinking, yes, knight h3 g4, knight g2 g4 doesn't look great at all. Knight e6 f takes c, knight e5 e takes d, knight e5, knight e5, knight h5 g4. Yes, he goes. We continue g4. Let's see what has he. Yes, 95, and this is the line I just mentioned. And now I take 92, And yes, Sergey wanted to go for this, but I have knight f3. And I think this should be massively better position for me for uh, just we need to be precise. We need to be precise as always. Of course. Okay, let's say we start with queen d6, queen g4, king h7. We need to trade. Yes, this I have seen. This I have seen, and my idea was to go some queen d7. My idea was to go queen d7 because queen g4. Yes, but why not rook b8? Or maybe even rook at c8. So rook b8, you will go check. You will go some queen f4 stuff. But queen f4, bishop d6. Okay, this. Maybe I'm blundering. I'm not sure. Okay, king h7. Yes, but bishop d6. Isn't bishop d6 working? But this should be very bad for, let's say, queen e7 we go. We force him to go back. And then let's say we take, we go queen b7. To stop e4, to stop e4. This is the idea. And then, of course, to prepare a4 ideas. Okay, we go a4, I guess. He's preparing this rook c7 stuff. Okay, we can bring our rook to f8, no? Let's try a3. Preparing a2. My next move is rook a6 anyway. And then pawn, I will capture this pawn. Yes, and Sergey resigned. I would like to check just this position. Yeah, g5. g5, knight h5, queen e8. Why not g4? Knight e1, queen e2. Let's see. So now we are having break. And yes, seems like Anish is going to win. We have, yes, this should end in a draw. And still, he's checking. Blue Baum is checking, and Fabi. No, this is lost. This is lost, and this game we lost. So this should be lost. This lost, and it's a drawn position. Oh, massive advantage, and black is better. Hmm. Valenko won. What are we having? Yes, this is playable. This is. I wouldn't say white has that much. Oh, white is completely. I apologize. Hmm. Shunt with the white pieces G3. Oh, he's of course he's better. The question is, the main question is, white is winning, completely winning, or not? Looks very bad. Looks very bad. Where do you go with the queen? Queen f3, some nice c5. Queen e5, nice c5. No, doesn't look. Oh, ooh, knight c3. He takes c. Knight b3. Otherwise, he takes d is coming. Queen e7. Oops. Queen e7. Queen a3 is coming. And then rook a8. And then this. And this. Precise calculation. Gurel won. He also checkmated. Alexis Arana is 8 out of 8. Oh. Sidipa, Bortnik, Sina are 7 out of 8. Wesley is 6.5. Wonderful time. Georg Meyer, Arjun, Me Terrible, and Liam Le. I apologize. Tovanisian is playing. Robert is, I would say, slightly preferable. Ivanchuk, Vasil Ivanchuk is playing. So legendary Grandmaster is better, of course. If black would have some pawn on g6, then maybe even queen f4 is just finishing the game, no? Uh, and then Haik Martirosyan. Haik Martirosyan is, this is completely winning, of course. This is winning. White will go some check, maybe capture on b7, but knight f4 is coming, or rook g2, knight f4. Haik is completely winning against Alicia Slivitska. Oops. And let's go to see. No, yes, this is also. Gabriel started with, this is completely winning position or massively better position. The main question is how to finish the game. No, but white is of course better. Indige is playing and Indige is winning. Of course, black is winning. Black is winning in a different ways. Hmm, maybe some small. Santos won, Korobo won, Maurizi won. Whoa, we need to check some of the games I need to download, dear friends. And this is maybe interesting, but game of Gurel as well. Maybe it was beautiful tactical idea. I will check later on. And of course, game of Simon. Maybe Kovalenko's game as well. Positional masterpiece. Murat Lee. Hmm, complicated, but should be winning. Maxim Rothstein is playing, and Max is. Hmm, hmm, Like is better, of course. Darda. Darda is massively better. Ihor Samonenkov. Of course. Yufa. Yes, this should be winning because of this king. And Kasper. Wow, another beautiful game by Kasper. and some opening, some prep. I need to download this game. Nowadays he's well prepared. Konstantin Shipke. Okay, let's wish all the best to participants of the European Individual Chess Championship in Poland, in Katowice, as much as I know. And yes, I think Hikaru is losing. Hikaru is winning. Fabi is losing, which is this one will end in a draw. This is winning for white. This probably black will win, and this is massively better for white. Still, they are playing. Mhm. And I'm playing Pranesh. Oh, I'm playing second of Pragnananda. Let's go. Who is actually in Cyprus? Who is actually in Cyprus, and he does have time to play a tournament, which is super funny. D6. He does go D6. Let's go knight F3. Let's go bishop E2. Short castle. E5. Okay. Should I push D5 or should I play anything else? I guess D5 looks interesting. A5. Let's play rook B1. Mhm. Let's play some, maybe A3 I can go even. H6, rook E1. H4. Knight H5, bishop F1 maybe. Or we can wait. We can wait a bit with bishop E3. If knight F4, bishop F1 is my point. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Let's see what is happening. How am I going to break? Yes, this I have seen. This I have seen, and I was optimistic, but maybe I was too optimistic. My idea was to go bishop f4 and go e5. Maybe my opponent will be laughing on me. Yes, this I have seen. This I have seen, but I think he's maybe even blundering something, no? Like I have knight e5, bishop e5 doesn't work, d takes c is not good, rook f4. I can easily go some nice c6. I can also take knight g6 if need be. And then I can go bishop g5 as well. I can take bishop h6 also. No, but bishop e5, why bishop e5 isn't working? Take bishop g7, king g7. No, this should be very bad, no? Okay, let's take. Let's take. Let's go some g3. Or maybe first g3, I guess. Oh, I thought I forgot about something, but not. So bishop f5, I forgot. Okay, knight b5 isn't really winning the game. Oh, why I started blundering? Why I started blundering? Queen d4. Oh, rook e3, no? Rook e3 we should be playing. Let's go rook e3. Hmm. Bishop f5, rook a1. Maybe queen d4, rook e7. Maybe check. If I take, he will go something like, let's go h4. Let's go knight e4. Okay, goes there. Okay, how do I continue? How do I continue from this position? Rook e1, knight b4, rook e7, rook f7, king f7. But that's not winning. That's not winning for me. Knight b4, rook a8, queen a8. g4 isn't finishing the game. Rook f3 is possible. Knight e4, maybe we should try knight b4. Okay, let's go knight e4. Knight e4, bishop e4, rook takes c4. Okay, let's go this. Why I started playing so slowly? Position is massively better for me. Knight b4, rook a8 takes knight f6, rook f6, queen f6. If it goes king f7, no, but this should be lost. No, knight f6, this, and then g4, knight g4, bishop g4, queen g4. Okay, this, go check. Knight h7, but knight h7 is also tempting, no? And knight h7, queen f6 is also coming, no? If it goes knight c2, that's lost. I mean, that's very bad. Rook h8, how am I going to checkmate? Of course I can, but rook e7, queen g7. Rook e7, queen g7. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh, like how can he save? Oh my God. This is really unbelievable. Oh, come on. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Okay, any move. Look at this. G3, Queen D2, Rook E3. Any move. Come on. Just play knight G4. I have seen it. I have seen it. Oh, come on. Queen F6, Rook E7. Queen F6, Rook E7. I have seen this Queen F. Game is just over, you know. Game is just over. Ah, Queen F6, Rook E7. I played this. G4. Oh, come on. Oh, no, but I played quite well and I outplayed, but I was blind. I was blind to see Queen F6, Rook E7, or even to play Knight G4. I saw Knight G4, but I haven't gone for it. It's unbelievable. It's super sad. Super sad. Oh, with some chances. It's lost. Okay, I'm playing Gleb. Let's not give up. Okay, Branish is very strong, and we tried our best. And this is anyway warm-up tournament for me. I haven't been playing, and let's focus. Let's focus. Let's try to give our best. I guess I analyzed c takes d here. Knight f64 is the move. You go knight e4 d takes c. You take, and you go bishop d2 if I'm not mistaken. And then you take. You go knight d2, and I think here you go some knight f3, and then you go. Ah, but I'm already maybe mixed up something. Maybe I mixed up something. Bishop b5. Ah, I think Magnus played something like this, no? Maybe bishop b5 Magnus played. Ah, but this isn't working as much as I have seen. But why c6 is good and then knight b6? Long castle, no, long castle. I remember some c6 was winning. I cannot be b take, bishop takes, so d takes c should be the move. But why this position is good for me? I have no idea. Okay, short castle. Hmm. Maybe knight c4, some knight c4 ideas. Doesn't look like this. Maybe some knight b3. Eventually get my knight on d4. Now c5, bishop d5. Maybe something like bishop a6 I can try. I don't like it, but what else? We need to continue. Bishop f3, g takes f. Yes, my idea is to push c7 at some point. Even maybe now, why not? And then maybe 95. Knight a4, 95. Hmm. Let's go knight a5 also. Hmm. Mhm. But still, I'm not sure how do I. Maybe knight c6 and then bishop b7. Maybe. Okay, he eventually went for this. He's ready to. Okay, we can try c8, I guess, and then bishop takes c8. Bishop a2, I guess. He's thinking about. Yes, I wanted to go some bishop b7. And something like bishop f3. Bishop d5, but this, if we try bishop d5, he takes d, and that's good, of course, and maybe some small chances for him. Okay, how to play? I need to be okay. This books is 7, and then how do I continue? I'm just stuck again. Bishop takes, so knight d3, maybe some knight b4 or knight a5. Come on. Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm playing rules. Two winning positions, two white pieces, two. Okay, wait. Knight c5, knight d4. Maybe bishop. In the white position is bad. C5. Ah, mhm. MP3. Okay, what can I do? Maybe Queen B4? Knight C6, Knight C5, Knight C5, Rook C5. I can also go Knight A2, Rook C7. Knight goes somewhere like B6. She will take Knight C4. She will play some Knight C5, Knight C1. Okay, that looks more fun. Still cannot forget my previous mistakes. Yeah, she's blundering something because knight e2 is coming, but let's see what exactly she blunders. Maybe bishop e4, but bishop e4, king e2, bishop b7, knight b7. So I should take, then I should take. Something like knight d5, rook b8. Very painful. Sina, Mishanik, wonderful time, Parhamov, and GM Wesley. So, yes, very fortunately, I didn't manage to. I scored only 6.5. It was okay before round eight, after round eight, but I lost to Branasham and then in a completely winning position. And the next game again, I had a promising position. The final game, I was always under pressure, maybe even lost, but I drew the game. Uh, and they has decided to play, and Anish won. Anish won, of course, and this means so I lost to Pragananda second. Hmm. Let's see if Fabiano can make a draw. And here, of course, they could repeat the moves, but he decided to continue. He decided to play. Let's go for the uh, women's. Again, massively better position, but already not. Already not. White is not winning anymore. This is drawn position. Black, of course, will try. And White is having massively better position, completely winning position, and Black as well. So Zhou Jainer will win. Uh, and she will move to 4.5. Vaishali draw is in her pocket. And Lucknow will move to 4.5 again. I think it is mainly between Zhu, Vaishali, Anna Muzichuk, Lucknow, and that's all. Kukesh drew, Islam Panomarev drew, and Nihal is playing. Nihal is better, maybe even winning. Yes, Sina Movahed. I forgot to say that Sina won the tournament, and then Mishanik second, wonderful time third, and yes, didn't really work. 6.5, 6.5. I think at least 7.5. I lost to uh, Wesley, Parham, Pranesh, and International Master. Okay, but some practice, some experience. Thank you very much.